from India, JavaScript lover, hits API for breakfast. He is one of the most consistent people on tech Twitter. He is also a live streamer now, and I am his follower #1 on Twitch. And just one thing, if you are a new developer and you want to learn JavaScript, please don't send him a hi message, but instead check his pinned tweet. Thank you. So, namaste. Ravin, how are you?
Yes, I am good. Namaste to you. And thank you so much to invite me your channel. And fantastic. Just started. You ask me whatever you have questions.
Yeah, this is actually our second call. Now this time we will record this, but I think that we have some new things to say. Yeah, I think this is the perfect day to do this. I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but I'm really happy about this. I want to know everything about your future live streaming, because I think it is one of the most interesting things that we can actually do in this period. And but first of all, I'd like to know a bit more about yourself. I will let you introduce yourself, especially your road to being a developer. Okay, thank you, Ravi.
Yes. First of all, I would say I'm a self-taught software engineer, and I started my programming journey from 2016. And behind the story, previously I was part of as a marketing of hotel industry. I spent more than 5 years. Then after that, I launched my startup, where I face so many challenges from what those are hire developers, and then that my startups totally went to disaster, and I quit it. And after then after then I decided why I not learned all the programming things. And after then I spent almost 4 to 5 months in the room and learn everything, start from Python, then JavaScript, then so many random platform frameworks.
This period was really tough, I think, because in the beginning it's really tough. It was also for me when I started to get serious about programming and not just doing it like a hobby. It changed everything. It changed everything, because if you really get serious about programming, you really need to understand things. You really need to, in my opinion, as you say in your biography, you need to understand how API works. You need to understand some sort of things, and maybe not the last framework. You need to understand the basics. Yeah. And I think that you are doing a real great job on Twitter, because I followed you since I think February, and you are so consistent. I really love that. I loved that. Yeah, I was really happy when we started to follow each other and we started to chat. Yeah, because
yes, yes, of course, it was a tough journey in starting, because I less friend. Even in my group, no one is belongs to software engineer. All my friend belongs hotel industry, and my client also the hotel industry. So again, it was tough journey, because no one guide me, and I just randomly follow some of good instructor guidance, and spend good time with the practice, and yeah, and also follow some good some good courses, and yeah, after 5 to 6 months later, I started my get a first my project from my clients. It was a happy moment. Start HTML, CSS, and then
where you could apply what you have learned in the months before. I think this is really important, because If you just
Yes.
study without applying, it's different. It's different. I've talked with other people, and we talked about the real world problems that it's hard that a tutorial can really explain about some real world problems. They are totally different problems. They are not related to one function or one framework, but they are totally different things that you need to understand in order, I think, to sell product. I don't know if you which was your first job, your first work that you have done. What was that? Your first job as a developer? What?
Yes, actually, I already have good connection with the clients because my previous job belongs to as a hotel marketer. So I had good connection, good portfolio of clients. So I approached those clients first. Yes, I know how to build website and applications. If you have work, just give me the work. I will give you good. Uh, I will deliver. I deliver uh, good project, or So it was not a hard thing to me because already good connection with them. So they gave me opportunity, and I delivered. And after then, they are my very good clients. After then,
Nice.
they give me so many projects.
Yeah.
Still they have good.
I think that it's because you are good. It's not just a good connection. It's because if you work well, people they really want you again. What do you think
Of course.
about that? Do you think it's really, for me, it's really important to create a connection with your clients? If you the trust that from you and your client, it's really important. Instead of just trying maybe to get a lot of just clients. I think that if you have one very good client, you are you are really safe. I think, yeah, maybe for one
Yes.
period, it's important. I think, yeah,
Yes,
but
yes, actually, Ajay, you have to be responsible. You deliver uh, uh, good things and give good whatever they give you assignment, you deliver in the time. And if you give,
no.
you know, yeah, if you deliver the time to time client project, of course, they day by day they build the trust
Yeah, they keep looking for you. Yeah, you already, and also you already know them. I think maybe working with the same client many times it has some advantages because maybe you already know maybe how do they want that in how much time, what really matters to them, what is not important. No, it's yeah, it's important.
yes,
If you know your client already, maybe you know that for example for them, for example they use always the same font, for example. So you don't have that problem anymore. Or maybe you have the colors of the company. So you have it's easier for you maybe to create something. I don't know, something like that. So working again with the same client, I think it has some advantages.
yes, of course. If you working with the client for the long time, you have good understanding. And also big plus for me, I target those market where I already spend a very good time, because I know I'm a hotelier. I target my client. Those are also hotelier and travelers. So I know very well their business. So the most important thing, I understand completely
This is really important.
what yes what their requirement, and I also give my suggestion ideas.
Nice. Yeah, this is very nice. So being a developer and also have a clear understanding of the requirements. I think that this is the most important thing when you have a client to understand the requirements. It's one of the key of the of good results, because sometimes clients, they really don't know what do they want, but it's not their fault. I think it's really they don't really try to explain this to you. Maybe it's hard for them to explain. Yeah. So and currently, what are you working on? Do you have some projects now? Something special
Yes,
nowadays?
I already working with some of my clients work right this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Those have a startup are working with a contract base. Okay, very closely work with their team, and a part of this thing, I'm also working with one of my side project, but still it's working on, and a part of these things, and more and more the next 3 to 4 months I will focus on content creations, and spend time in Twitch, maybe in future YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
and so try to share my knowledge, what I learn, because I need to be because I learn everything free from internet. So
Yeah, me too.
as per I try to more and more people also learn from me,
Mm-hmm.
and give back to community, whatever I learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, and so you want to focus on videos, from what I understood. You told me YouTube and Twitch. So maybe we are almost in the same situation. That I will never call me an expert in making videos or live stream at all. I'm using my MacBook webcam for now. Sorry for that. It will change in the future. But yeah, I think that it's really important to get started at some point. For me, it was August. I started making videos. I'll never come back from that point. Yeah, I think also in this year and also in the next one and the next year, I'd like to focus on making videos, and also I'd like to make some live streams. So I think that we can also collaborate on something. We have many things in common. JavaScript, video. Do you want to do some videos? Also running, I think that you are way better than me at running, I think. But yeah, we will talk about this later, maybe. Yeah, so good luck for this sort of things, because I think that I really discovered that I really like to do them. It's a bit, in the beginning, it's very, very hard, because maybe for me, for example, in the beginning, you maybe feel a bit that you can be judged. People would say that maybe you do something wrong, but when I realized that this would happen anyway, you can just relax that this will happen. You can be whenever you want, but there will be always, I think, people that say that, oh, this is just it's not good, and that's it. That their comment. So. This is something that we need to get used, I think. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Because our focus on our content, and we only, criticism is good, but you only applied those criticism. Those are improvable.
Of course. Yeah. I've received so many good criticism on my videos. Some of them were really good. They made me think about that. Okay, oh yes, he is right. Yeah, it made me change something. I don't remember now, but yeah, I love good criticism. I always say thank you when I get some good criticism on my videos. I say thank you very much, because they took some time to honestly, they wanted to help me. This is what I want to feel. I want to feel that I say something to you. Say like, for example, I don't know, your lights. I don't like your lights. I don't like the audio. Maybe you should stay closer to your microphone, like this. Yeah. So these are all things that could be really, really, really useful. Yeah. I think this is why we really need some friends among us that maybe they also do some videos. for example, Adrian gave me a lot of hints in the beginning. Yeah, and these were really, really nice. Yeah. So.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But have you already done one live stream or still not? No, still not.
Live streaming.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm planning live streaming maybe in the couple of days of later. I don't know what was the subject, but more and more focus in future. I'll take challenge 30 days of 30 apps in the live streaming. So every day streaming is planning.
Yeah, I think this is really good. I've tried this one or two times to stream on Twitch, but it was just I think some game. I was just trying to set up things. I don't want to be I don't know if I'll be a video gamer streamer, but no, the idea is that you need to. I like Twitch. I used it a couple of times. It really works well. Yeah, I don't know if you know that there is like a gaming experience when you use Twitch. Have you already experienced that or not? That okay,
yes, I know.
Yeah, it's like an achievement. Okay, you need to achieve 5 people in your stream. Yeah, it's like a game to being inside Twitch. You have achievements for what you need. Yeah, the number of people that come to watch your streams. It's last achievement that you unlock. Yeah.
I don't know, but if when I start streaming, probably if one people or two people, whatever any people comes, I try to give my best, and because it is, it is also a totally new experience for me, because I never talk never talk to front of camera, so it is totally a new experience, and I love to take challenge, and I believe like Twitter, where I grow good amount of audience. So why not Twitch or YouTube? Same. If I grow there, why not I grow here?
Totally. Yes. I find that when you get I tweeted about this some days ago, that when you get out of your comfort zone, you really improve yourself. You really get some improvement, because if you do something that you are not comfortable, you need to change something. For example, for me, making videos, also these video calls now, it's not something that I've always done. And maybe someone is watching this, would think that I've done this for months or years, but it's not this way. And it's important, I think, to improve, to force. I think sometimes also to force us a little bit, because sometimes we don't maybe it's not the time, maybe next month, next year. Actually I had this idea of making this sort of video calls, I think 2 months ago. I was talking with Stefan Natter. We had a video call. I was walking while doing the video call with my phone in my hand. And I said, it would be fine to do this sort of things. But for example, I waited a bit before starting this, but now I'm really happy. Yeah. So, what about the future plans, Raven? Do you plan your life in 1 year, 5 years, 20 years, or not?
No thinking about 20 years or 5 years. I will take challenge week to week or month to month, and it's a kind of short term goal. Try to be complete within the period of time. Like yes, this small goal, I will I will complete this task within the 1 month or within the 15 months. So my approach is kind of thing. So I divide my tasks according to weeks and according days. So
so you plan some months, so no not many years. So you just
Sorry?
no. I mean, you don't plan for a lot of years ahead. You just plan.
Yeah, I never thought before.
Yeah.
I just when I start my journey in Twitter, I never thought I'm got good so many good friends. In Twitter. It's totally. I take when I start Twitter journey, I just take yes, it started. How I got a response from the people's. After I spent 1 month, I got good response from the people. Then I continue my journey.
Yeah, I think that I remember forever this 2020, not just for everything that is happening in the world, for sure, for that, but I always will call this my really social year, because I started in January using with Twitter properly, and now it's October. I'm on YouTube. I'm doing this call with you, for example. This will be totally impossible either to think about this 8 months ago, which is not that much time. But sometimes things they go faster when you grow. I think you also get confidence if you, for example, Twitter gave me a lot of confidence, because if people start following you, they start sending you messages that, oh, your content is really great. So you really get confidence. You keep creating content. Yeah, it's some circular thing that you keep going, you keep growing. Yeah, and this is really important. Yeah. So,
Yes, I believe just enjoy whatever you like content you share
yeah. Yeah,
with
yes.
those people because it is totally it is not any competition with anybody else. Just enjoy whatever you like content, you just post it and don't too much expect from the other people's. Just enjoy and try to make good connection with good people because that is why we here in Twitter because of connection and uh, almost I spent 6 months Twitter. It was awesome time. I made that is why we here through
Of course,
because of Twitter.
I think yes, that's probably because I live in Italy, you live in India. It's we are a bit far away. I dream about one day meeting each other. I also said this to Simon, I think, or Raf, or both. I don't know, but this is a dream. Now to Simon, I said to him that we will go to Zurich, to Switzerland. Oh, I don't know. So, but yeah, this is just a dream for now. But I don't know in the future. And yeah, I never thought that I have been. I would have done so very good connections on Twitter, because yeah, when I started to think about, okay, let's connect with people like me, for example, who makes some sports, who loves to run. This is why we are here. I think that I've thought about, okay, let's connect to people who is doing the same things than me. So maybe also they are developer. Okay, I started to just connect to developers, so that's mandatory for me, for example, almost. But in that group of developers, I think that there are some developers that they also like to stay fit, to run, to work out, and this is one of the people this is the kind of people that I like to be connected to. Yeah, so yeah, something to talk about. Yeah, and yeah, also I'd like to know more about your running experience, maybe at the end. But yeah, and so so in the future, you have already answered, and I know that you have a podcast, right? You have started this some weeks ago, some months ago. I can't remember exactly because times has stopped in this COVID situation. I really, for me, it's still March. And yeah, when was it started? How is it going?
Yes, it was 3 to 4 weeks ago we started a podcast. It's totally uh, a Hindi podcast. And why I started Hindi podcast because the reason is if we talking about a good podcast, all the good podcasts belong if about web development or are from English. Okay, in Hindi, I didn't find any podcast. Okay, I didn't find, there is none. So I thought, why not start a podcast, because India is the second largest population country in the world. It's a big audience. So many developers around the world. Okay,
It's a
they need
continent.
their language, their desi language test off. So that is why uh, we started, because it was uh, I when the idea comes 3 to 4 months ago, but I thought just researching, uh, how I get a response from the audience. But after 1 or 2 episode we release, will we got a good response from the audience. Literally, we at this moment every day, and every day we got a good questions from the Twitter handle or podcast. So uh, we try to answer those questions in our podcast. We explain those things,
Yeah.
because so many so many people's who are very very comfortable with the Hindi. So uh, try to give them experience in their in Hindi language,
Yeah.
in our.
Yeah, and we will put the link to the podcast in this video later, so maybe they can find you. So this
Yes,
also is something that we will do. Yeah, so good luck with your podcast. Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. And what about the live streaming? So you want to do something special? Do you guys, because you talked about how you want to do, but do you have some topic in your mind? Please tell us some secret about that, so we can this in word preview.
No, actually the idea, because I already started my podcast in Hindi, and I want to start something in English. Okay, so that is why I started streaming, and into which, especially in English, try to more and more uh, people understand what I'm
Okay.
trying to share my things. So specific. I cover JavaScript topics and there, and also weekly podcast with the people who trying good, uh, and the aspiring developers. If someone doing good, and I'll talk with their journey and success. So and also audience have chance to one-to-one ask question uh, in streaming, especially they ask any questions from me, and I try to solve, because I also improve my also knowledge, because it is totally new journey to me. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think there are people that tend to think that once you get 20,000 followers on Twitter, then you know everything about any topic about technology. And I don't think that this is really true. So
No, don't judge people their Twitter follower. Okay,
yeah, of
I
course.
met so many good people, but they don't have a good following. But they are far better programmers, and it's
Totally.
all about
Yeah, I
marketing.
think. Yeah, I think that maybe they just don't care about social. They are more focused on more other things that I will never judge them, because I were one of them some months ago that I say, oh,
Yes.
socials is just a waste of time. So I want to focus on this thing, this stuff. So I'll never judge them because of low followers, because this doesn't mean really anything. That I think that if you see something which has, for example, 10,000 followers, maybe you say, okay, maybe he did something in a social way, with consistency, for example, or maybe he is knowledge about one topic, for example. This is what I think that you can say if you see one person with 10,000, 20,000. This is what you can say, but you can say that he knows everything just because some people followed him or her. Of course, yeah, of course. But yeah, but you did really a really great job with your. Yeah, I love your account because it's really focused on technology. It's full of JavaScript quiz. So you give also very solid advice. So yeah, I think that people loves your account because yeah, they know what you use for it, for why you use it. So when they see your profile picture, they really say, yeah, I think that you created some credibility for yourself. So people trust you, I think, and you totally deserve this because you did this for months, I think, consistently.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
mhm. So
Yes, actually, I whatever I share my knowledge, it was totally my experience between the 4 years I gained. I share whatever any website, whatever shareable content I totally used before, and I thought it is good for new people, or so many people don't know the good resources. So that is why I share so many resources, and uh, if we talking about advices, when I started my journey, no one guide to me. So I thought, why not I why not I guide to people, because it is very difficult if someone start their journey as a beginner. They don't have good mentor or good people, those who
yeah,
guide them.
yeah,
So I try to and it's a way, it's a social media is a way where we convey our message to thousands of people, so
yeah.
it is yeah, it is that is why I shared so many tips, because and people so I got so good responses from the DM, direct message from Twitter.
Because
So many young developer asking me so many questions. So I thought, why not their cues I reply to their question through my post, because if one people ask me, so I try to share my those answers so many people's.
yeah,
So it is helpful for many people for my tweet.
yeah,
And in terms of judge people judge for fast, I before March I I don't have any good profile in Twitter or anywhere, because I never use. I firstly created Twitter account 2010 when I pass out from my college, and that between the 10 year, 2010 to 2020, Twitter is totally like Mars to me.
yeah. You have beaten me because I downloaded Twitter created the Twitter account in 2013, and I think that my first tweet is 2017, something like that. Yeah, and yeah,
Hmm.
there is one thing that maybe I'll say that, for example, there is Jenny. Do you know Jenny? Jenny in our group.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was connected with her since 2017, but we never interacted before. But it was, of course, my fault because I never logged it into Twitter. And then it's strange that now, now we interact with each other, but we have been connected for years, for example. Because I started just, I think, like January or February. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's strange. I think that also a problem for me, for example, for Twitter, is that they don't help you to understand how it works in the beginning. You're really lost. Yeah, I have one friend of mine who has just started a Twitter account. I maybe because I'm talking about Twitter with him every day, so finally he started a Twitter account. But I said to him that in the beginning it's really hard because it's hard to even to get noticed, even if you say something very valuable. This is really sad. I always I like to look for people maybe with few followers, and they put some really good content. And so I think we should help a bit more these small accounts of valuable people. I try to
Yes.
do this. Sometimes it's hard for me to notice their content because maybe they've just, I don't know, 100 followers, and it's hard for this that I see things, these sort of things.
Yes, of course. If someone start their journey in Twitter, I suggest them first you find your niche which where you most strong in the content wise, and try those content, and don't think about likes, retweet, or follower. It was, it will come by time to time. Try to focus on your content, consistent with, every day you will tweet minimum 2 and 3 tweets, and give and engage with the good people, those you admire, those you like, okay, and always try to share your values in terms of comments. If you like some post, and go and add some value those posted,
Yeah,
and
yeah. This is a very great advice. I love that.
yes, and as a developer, uh, it is very important to any platform, like if we're talking about LinkedIn or Twitter. These platforms very good for not for your improving as a content wise, but also you can build here is relationship, networking and relationship with other developers. So it is good for your if you start your journey and you don't know where to find jobs, or here is the Twitter. Twitter will help you to find your first job, because you have you have good profile, and you have good connection. Those people help you,
Yeah.
and it is I suggest every developer have good in some point you have to a good presence on the social media. Either you use Twitter, either you use LinkedIn, whatever. You choose one platform at the one time. Don't focus multiple platform, you and three, like some people they focus 2 and 3 platform. I we as a human are concentrated, one time in one thing. I approach
We have just one processor in our head.
yeah,
Yeah.
we are not multi-traded.
No, we are not. Sometimes it even doesn't work so well. So just well,
So
yeah. And,
focus focus and stick with minimum 6 months. Give 6 months, and definitely you build a good connection with the good people. I personally, I'm totally introvert person. Before Twitter, I don't know, 5 to 6 software engineer knows me, okay. They hardly I just, my life is kind of the just working with only other clients, okay, less social media. But after COVID, I thought, why not take some advantage of this pandemic situation? Why not start our journey to social media? Because I saw so many good profile, and they share good content. I thought, why not? I have good knowledge, and I have so many resources and so many things in my mind. Why not I start these things? So yeah, I started, and of course, you will get a good inspiration from some of other people, and uh, I follow closely their progress, how they progress, and monitor their account. Some of account, those I really like those accounts, and uh, nobody gives you their magic. You have to be observe their profile according to yourself. Okay, which kind of post they posted, and try ab, uh, so you also post 2 and 3 types of post, and analyze your post through Twitter analytics, because analytics is very important for your growth. Yes, because
yes, it is.
analytics give you knowledge, uh, which content got more engagement, and if you get engagement, if this type of content got good engagement from audience, you stick
Of
this type
course,
of
yes,
content.
yes, of course, and of course, I think that when you post something technical, maybe in the beginning it gets less engagement, but I think this is what really adds some value, because, for example, for my account, I really love your account. But for example, for my account, sometimes I post some jokes, because this is me, so this reflects how I am. I have not a problem with that. But I know that if I just post joke and I take 100,000 of engagement, this is just to make fun. It's not for something that, I don't know if this would add something really, it's really useful if you want to create a really good Twitter account. So I do this when I feel now. In the past, during the quarantine, I did a lot of memes because I needed that to get connected to people. I stayed like 2 months in the house, so it was quite a long quarantine for me. But yeah, what you say is totally right. Yeah, for example, I can share my experience with Docker. For example, when I started to post consistently on Docker, I get like 10 likes, 5 likes, even if I had quite a good account, because maybe people, they don't care about that, or maybe I had some different audience, for example, because I was way more focused on JavaScript, for example, before. But meanwhile, I was just studying DevOps for myself, so I decided to choose one topic, one niche, and stick to that. Like 1 month, 1 month and 2 months after, people noticed that I was starting, because I studied this for years, but I posted sometimes about that before in March, April, but not that consistently. And I think that, yeah, I remember one of you pushed me sometimes, that you sometimes on my Docker tweets, you say, oh, keep going on that every day. And it worked. Yeah, it worked. It worked. It also gave me the idea for my first technical videos, which is, I think it's a great milestone for me. I need to work more, or maybe a bit more on those ones, but it's a really good starting point for me. Yeah, to find something that people recognizes you. Okay, you know about this, you can help me about that. And I'm really like to help people when they have some problems with Docker, with DevOps, because they know that maybe I could give them an answer, and I'm very happy about that, to help them if they need that. So
yes,
it's really important to have,
in the beginning I mentioned as well, you find your niche where you are expert, and so stick with those your ideas. A part of this thing in the Twitter, especially I suggest, especially those people just recently started their journey, you just try out a different time zone. Okay, it's a very important, time zone is big factor for Twitter, because you don't know which you don't know which, as far when I started my journey, I tested different time zone. After then, I got, yes, this time zone is good for me. It's particular. I got more responses or more interaction or more impression when I post my tweet in the specific time zone. After then, I stick with this time zone. I tweet specific, you know, again, you have to be more testing in initial stage. Don't demotivate.
Because for example, if you say something very valuable, but all your audience is sleeping, they can't see that. Maybe if they have notifications on your account, but they can't be all of them. So I think all these sorts of things are really important. And I like your idea to create something in a very consistent way. So you make some tries, some tests, of course, and then when you find what it really works for you, then you can really get started for real. Because
yes, of course,
start getting audience, then you feel better, then you keep going and creating content. This is like a circle that it's really good, and also, of course, by creating content, also you improve, because you keep repeating things also to yourself. So this is also important to create some content every day. Also, even some basic stuff, but it's always important.
Yeah, some people, if something but you don't know, because so many people don't know those things. You just sometime I thought, this is very normal thing, I know that. But when I posted those things, so many people send me the message, thank you so much sharing this stuff.
It happened to me. It happened to me many times that I posted some basic stuff for me. I don't know why I consider them basic for me, because maybe I studied in some ways, because I like, for example, I like to study directly from the documentation, from official documentation. So maybe there is a lot of stuff, but I like to check all the things in documentation. Maybe there you can find something that maybe on some basic tutorials they are not there. It happened to me many times that people say, I didn't know that. Even with some strange Docker commands, something like that, because I always refer to official documentation. So maybe I find something, and I love that when I find something that people don't know, I really feel useful. So it's a really good sensation.
Yes. One more thing, because I'm thinking it is a good way from your in this video I can also pass one message. I got so many messages from the people. They are very jumbled between the framework and the language. They try to learn multiple and so many things with the same time. I suggest them focus at the same time one thing, and spend minimum 8 to 9 months or minimum 1 year a single language. Once you very comfortable with that, then you switch to different language, because once you know all the fundamental of a single language, you will very comfortably learn different language also, because it's fundamental, all the fundamental apply other in other language also. So they are every day new things launch and they jumbled. So they send me the message, Ravin, we are very perplexed or confused. What you suggest us? We should start our journey from Python or JavaScript, or you shifted to Rust, because Rust is new thing. So I'm totally amazed. Yes, you just whatever language you comfortable with the starting, you just learn and stick with minimum 1 year. Once you're very comfortable, then you switch. There are so many languages, and every language have own purpose. Okay, they are not good or not bad.
Of course, I get this sort of questions many times. Which is better, Python or JavaScript? There is not an answer to this, because it depends on your needs, of course. it depends what do you want to do. So I can have my idea, of course, JavaScript, but no, but jokes aside, it really depends on what you want to become. Maybe you really need to get started at first. Maybe you have some projects in your mind. If your idea is to create some website for you, for example, JavaScript could be a good choice, but because this works for you, for example, if you want to get into data science, it's just Python. It depends on your needs. It's not about
yes, of course. Because actually, most of people don't know their actually goal. They are perplexed. They want to choose machine learning or web development.
It's like asking it's better Chinese or Japanese. It depends on the people that you want to talk to. It's not a better language in that case. It depends on your needs. Because
I give the advice. You learn the things when you need. Okay. Whenever I got a project and a specific tool needed that project, I learned that tool. Okay, whatever framework, or because that time I can implement. The same time I implement in the project. It is good for learning purpose. If I learn X tool and not implement for the 2 to 3 months, I totally forget what I learned before.
I really love your advice. You are giving so many good advice in this video call. I totally agree with all of them. Thank you very much, because I think this video would be really, really helpful to people, because you give something that is based on your experience. It's not just some advice that you have maybe read somewhere, but I really feel that what you are saying is just that for example, when I give some advice, something that maybe I did wrong, for example, and I don't want people make the same my mistakes. So I love this one that you do when you need some feature, something that you look for that, because it's easier to remember in that case, because you applied what you really needed, because you can't be prepared to any problem before. You can start. If you're really, really interested, I think, in one feature, because I think maybe one day you'll use it. I don't know, for example, authorization, authentication. You can watch this, instead of, for example, watching some television. I don't know. It could be very nice, but you will learn when you really need. Then you will have some real world problems. Only in that case you really can remember something in the future, I think.
Yes, of course. Stick, it's all about, it will take time. Everything is not in a quick way. You will spend some time, and day by day with the practice, you get you will get a comfort zone. Yes, I easily learned this tool. Now I implement in the blah blah project. Once I done, then again 3 to 4 projects I implement with this technology. And yes, these methods is very good. And I applied.
I love that. I love all the advice that you gave to people, and also to me. I think that you gave a lot of answer that, for example, we get a lot in our direct messages. So now I think this could be really, really useful. Thank you so much. Shukriya.
Shukriya. Dhanyawad. You
Just
learned so many Hindi words, huh?
It's hard, because I've written them down, so now it's hard to remember them. I just know Namaste, Shukriya, Shubh-Prabhat, maybe. No?
Say again?
Shubh-Prabhat.
No. Oh, Suprabhat. Yeah, it's a good morning. Suprabhat.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. So thank you, Ravin. I don't want to make you lose too much time, but I'd love in the future maybe to do something like this, because giving advices to people maybe is what people is looking for. Yes, because I love to talk to you, to learn new things about you, but I think this could be really one of the most useful videos, because it contains something that could actually help some new developers that maybe are a bit lost and they need just some little tips to keep going. So thank you, Ravin. Okay.
Thank you. Welcome.
Seeing you on our next episode. Okay. Will you come back?
Thank you so much.
Will you come back one day? If I call you, will you come back one day again?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Why not?
Nice.
And
nice.
Yes.
Do you like this format, this video? What do you think about that? This crazy thing that I'm doing. I think it's one week now. It's one week today since I started. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Say again. I just.
No. I mean, do you like this sort of videos when you are in now? This kind of video calls. That do you like that or no?
Yes, definitely. I really like, because it is it is good to share your knowledge, and also exchange the culture. We talk about, next time I'll try to learn from your country culture, and you also ask me so many things. This endless topic discussion, we learn so many things each other, and and we more and more know each other, and definitely it's if we know each other, we really respect our thinking. That's why we here sitting each and definitely
I said some days ago that people is greater than code. That what really is important in our world are people, the connection between people, and not a very perfect code which no one will read. So yeah, I love to make real, true connections, because I've chatted with you and many others in this series many times for months. Our fingers are tired, I think. So let them relax a bit. I love this new format, a new way of communication. I think this is something that we could just do in one chat between you and me, but I think that sharing this with others could help someone. That's it. That is the idea behind this kind of videos. Yeah. Okay. So, Ravin, thank you again. See you next time. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much to inviting me in your show, and wish you all the best your upcoming show. And
thank you.
I really like your whatever you at this moment sharing your knowledge through YouTube. You publish so many videos regarding Docker or other other things, which really it is very appreciate. I totally appreciate you whatever
nice.
you back to community, and thank you so much again.
Thank you for your kind words. This really warmed my heart, really. Yeah, so I'll invite you for sure in the future. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, Raven.